So this morning we moved the brown shavers into their permanent spots, and we moved their hutch and their coop. This is where they're going to permanently sit. You can hear the saw going. Barry is cutting some more wood so we can put it on the side of their coop so they can go there when it rains and they won't get wet. At the moment, none of the chickens are free range, and we can't let them out yet until the neighbour finishes his fence. Once that's done, we'll build a little run around there, and they can get out and run around a little bit. But at the moment, they're inside their coops, and the black ones this morning, I have just turned the soil in their coops, so they've got a little bit to dig in. So as you can see, I got in here this morning and dug around a little bit for them with the spade. They've tipped over their food over there, so I'll put some fresh stuff in there later for them. They've got their fresh water. I managed to get that driftwood from the beach for them, so they like jumping on that. Next time we go back, we'll get some more for them. The white ones have grown quite a bit. As you can see, the baby's not so baby anymore. The baby's the one at the end. She's getting a little bit chonky. Barry cutting some more wood. That one's Mrs. Slocum, so she's digging around in the dirt that I dug up for them. Mrs. Slocum down there. Hopefully once Barry finishes the run, which should be finished in the next few weeks, I'll be able to let them out during the day and then put them to bed at night, so it's a little bit nicer for them to free range a little bit more. At the moment they seem happy enough. So Barry's finished the side wall for them. All it is nailing some boards to the corners, and that way when it rains they can go in there and shelter from the rain. You can just see it. At the moment they look quite happy with it. Hey girls, what you doing? Hello. What are you doing, human? So at the moment the coop's on a slope, but that's alright. It's going to be their permanent spot. So you can see inside, if it rains they can go in that corner and go on the roost. Next step is to extend this coop because it's we've got to make it a little bit longer or wider for them. And then, as I said, the neighbour's going to build his fence in a couple of weeks, and we'll be able to put a run all along the side, which will probably be down this end. That's the neighbour's property there with his driveway. It looks a little bit munted at the moment, but the run is probably going to be somewhere along there next to my veggie garden. And probably finish around there somewhere. Hiya, kia ora. So it's the weekend here now. Barry has just finished putting a whole lot of compost into the greenhouse. At the back there's a whole lot of disused pots, and in the middle, except two in the middle, is a vegetable that we heard about actually on YouTube, and it's called skirret. So this is them here. He's just planted them out to the pots from little seedlings. Apparently they were an old Viking root vegetable, so he found some seeds on Trade Me and he's been planting them, so hopefully they'll come right. And I'll do a separate video at some point for you guys about some more information about them and how he's been finding it and how they taste, etc. So the greenhouse has got tomatoes on this side. You can see those there. So hopefully they're going to do well. And over here, this morning, the chicken house with the whites and the black austral aups in it, The front of it here used to have the same green netting that we've got on this side, which we had already, but our neighbour very kindly gave us some rolls of wire mesh that is the same, the holes in it are the same size as the one that the brown shavers have already got. So Barry and I have just spent the last hour putting that up and nailing it in and cutting bits and pieces off, and this way they can get a little bit more light. But I think on the sides we'll leave the green netting up because in winter we do get frosts here and ice on the grass, and we don't want them to get too cold or anything. So yeah, the previous owner of the whites and the blacks told me that they're very hardy birds. She lives out of town, and she said out there they get regular frosts and really cold temperatures there at night, like colder than what we get here. Like, I think the coldest we had last winter at night was like -2. But we don't get snow where we are. We do get it on the mountains, like further in the distance, and you know, towards Hokitika and north towards Westport we get little bits of snow, but not here where we are. So luckily we only get frosts and a little bit of crackling ice on the grass, and then normally by 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning it's gone. So I did put a tyre in each of their coops, and I filled it with dirt and sand. So far they have been rooting around in it. I do like to change it regularly though, to give them new stuff to scritch in. We did for a while put sawdust in on the ground in there, and we weren't sure about whether it's okay or not. I read online sometimes they can attract mites, so we've stopped doing that. But if anyone knows whether you can use sawdust or not, please leave me a comment. That would be cool, thank you. That's Miss Brahms there, so Mrs. Slocum must be in the nesting box. I do regularly like to rake out the floors for them, just so they have some new dirt, and whenever we mow the lawns we put grass clippings in there, and then when that's all done I'll rake it all out and put new dirt in for them, so they've got new dirt to scritch in. As you can see, the brown shavers over there digging holes as they do. This is their permanent spots for them, so that's why I'm replenishing the dirt for them and grass clippings and that, so they can scritch in them. Another treat I have been giving them at the moment is frozen blocks of water with corn kernels mixed in. I did try adding celery to them, but they weren't too fussed on the celery, but they do love the cold treats with corn in them. At the moment I'm just looking out for mites and things because the weather's getting a lot warmer here and we're getting more sunny days, so that's something I'm looking out for. If you've had mites with your chickens, if you can leave me a comment about what you found was the best mite solution to use on the chickens, and where you got it from and roughly how much it costs, that would be cool. You can see they're very happy, and you can't really see much in the green netting, but if I go round you can see a lot more in there. Hey Miss Brahms! I'll try and get a view of her, but it's really hard through the netting. But anyway, there's 4 in there at the moment and 1 in the nesting box. So over here where my veggie garden is, there's a lot going on. I've planted a lot of seedlings which I've hidden under the old green netting we took off the chicken house, because I've got little midges and little snails and slugs climbing on there. So far I've got butternut, pumpkin, silver beet for the chooks, cabbage, cauliflower. Last year they did well. The best one that I've had so far, and I don't know if I've shared this before, is this little one, and I've already picked bits off it for the chickens, they love it, is this little miniature silver beet, and it's called Bright Lights. So if you find that, this has been going all year and it hasn't stopped. Behind it I've got feverfew, and that's a good medicinal herb, and I like to leave the flowers on all of the spring onions that we put in. Now we don't even have to get the plants, all we do is get the ends and throw them in the garden and they grow from the ends. So the bees seem to love these flowers so far. And I've also got calendula, and so far I've got some drying in the kitchen at the moment, which I'm going to make skincare from, skin cream. But the bees love these as well. And there's my sage. And round here we've got more silver beet. We've got chives here. And some other things I planted, marigolds, lavender over there. There's some lemon balm over there, which I've been using in tea at night. Now apparently I've read online if you dry them for 10 minutes, the leaves, you can steep them in a cup of hot water and drink it like that. And it's a good soothing remedy if you want to sleep at night. And so far it's been working a treat. It's been knocking me out within about 15-20 minutes when I come home from work at night. That one there is like a cardoon or artichoke, I think. And then we've got leeks on that side, and I'll probably pull out some of the leeks today and use them in dinner. Apart from that, all is going well. So I'll show you as another video as when I start doing the skin cream, etc. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. Another thing I forgot to share was 2 years ago we planted these grapevines. I've got 2 of them, one going this way and one going that way further down there. And this year we've actually got buds on them, so we are hoping that we're going to get some grapes this year. That's the neighbour's yard, so that's nothing to do with us. Ours is a little bit more tidier. And down here, the neighbour that is building the fence, he gave me all these rose plants you can see down there. And we transplanted them over winter. Best time to do it, by the way. And at last this one is blooming. Now I'm not sure of the name of it, but it's such a deep pink and it's really pretty. So if you know the name of it, please leave me a comment about that. Thank you. And it's got a slight scent as well. So yeah, everything's going well. So I'll see you guys for another update soon.